What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, I felt bad for Lisa. I really did. Like my heart broke for Obrecht. Like her just sitting in that office packing up Brit stuff. All of this got to be hard on her. You know what I'm saying? But that's where that tough exterior comes from with her. Because she wants to keep busy and not try to think about it, and otherwise she gonna break down. You know what I mean? So Austin, he came in there to help her and let her know, like, listen, I'll take care of all this. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure nobody touches her stuff. I'll pack it up myself, send it to you. But Obrecht was like, no, I want to keep busy. So that's when he had to break the news to Obrecht, because Obrecht kept thinking that Britt was just going out of town on vacation. But he had to break it to her that pretty much Britt was planning on dying alone. Like that party was her goodbye to everyone. You know what I mean? But he reassured Lisa, and I do agree with Austin that Britt had a kick-ass final week of her death. You know what I'm saying? She delivered a baby. She threw a hot-ass party. You know what I'm saying? That everybody enjoyed. And she saved Jocelyn's life in the process. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely had a week to remember. You know what I'm saying? Like she had a kick-ass way of going out. You know what I mean? Um, and I do agree with him. She died a hero. Everything Britt has done in the last few years is a huge accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, co-chief of staff. Like, she's done remarkable things. She's not that same. She wasn't that same Britt that she was. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really built up her reputation. Um, and that's something to, for Lisa to be proud of. But of course, Lisa is happy about all that, but it still doesn't bring her daughter back, so I don't blame her for still, being upset. I mean, of course she is, all these accomplishments and stuff, but she just wants her daughter. And I felt bad for her. I said, damn, just watching her. Like, I love Kathleen Gaddy. I feel Kathleen Gaddison, I feel like she's doing an amazing job with this story. Like, I feel like all the actors have been knocking it out the park with this stuff. Um, I don't know if Austin was being messy, but a part of me feel like Austin was being messy because he gonna tell Obrecht, oh, they brought Esme in. Why would you tell her that when you know good and well everybody in that town thinks that she's the hook killer? Now, why would you tell the parent of the victim that? Why would you do that? Because it didn't take no time at all for Obrecht to put on that lab coat and put on Britt's ID and go pay Esme a visit. And I'm not surprised that that's what she did. I'm not even shocked by it. As soon as Austin opened up his mouth, I said, Austin, why you do that? You being messy. You trying to get this pregnant girl hurt. Because Lisa, she has a penchant for revenge. So I'm pretty sure she went there with intentions of getting answers from her before she did anything to her. So anyway, moving on from that, I am so glad though that Nina and Brad were able to get that paparazzi up out of there, because paparazzi can be a royal pain in the ass. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, they could really be a bug up your ass, especially when you're high profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel bad for celebs out there because paparazzi have no chill. Like, they will be all up in your face with cameras, with microphones, trying to record everything, trying to, be all up in your personal space. Like, I'll be like, get the hell on somewhere. They ain't got no shame. So I'm glad that Nina and Brad, got them the hell up out of there, because they kept trying to, hassle Maxie and get a reaction from her about Britt's death. And I'm like, dude, now's not the time. Like, get on. Um, so that's when they went there, to pack up all Britt's stuff and whatnot. And that's when they found out that she really didn't have much stuff left at the hotel. Like, she shipped a lot of her stuff off and donated a lot of it. And Maxie was trying to figure out why the hell would she do that. Like, she knew she wasn't coming back. So, of course, Nina had to break it down to them about, Britt's disease and the fact that, she was going to die alone and, go away, pretty much. Um, she had to break, well, she didn't break that part down to them, but the fact that her Huntington's was back and stuff, and she was worried about dying and all that. I get why Maxie and Brad would be a little upset, because they felt like they didn't get to say a proper goodbye to her. But I feel like they did in a way. You know what I'm saying? The party was the goodbye. You know what I'm saying? At least they got one last good memory with her. and they can remember partying with her, having a blast. You know what I'm saying? That's what Britt wanted, and she succeeded at that. So I think they should take some comfort in it, you know, and knowing that they can remember that. You know, the last time we were with her, we were, you know, getting loose. We was getting lit, you know, drinking, having a good time, dancing, partying like it was 99 again. So that's a good thing. You know, they got to take solace in that. I could definitely see Maxie and Brad becoming friends because I do like their interactions, especially when they don't agree on things, because they fought with each other about the planning of Britt's party. And now they're fighting with each other about what she gonna wear at the memorial. I said only y'all would argue about fashion. I'm like, here y'all go. They gonna argue about everything. I'm like, good lord. So anyway, moving on from that. Dante need a vacation because I could see it all over Dante's face even yesterday. I could see it on his face. Dante is over the shenanigans. He is over their foolishness. Like, I know Dante is just like, you know what? I know he just want to throw that badge in the air right now and just say the hell with it. Because if it was me, I would lock everybody up. Evidence, no evidence, y'all all just going to jail for being a pain in my ass, to be honest. I'm going to charge y'all with being pains in the ass. That's what I'm going to charge you with. We could focus on a conviction later, but I'm gonna charge y'all with that because everybody in this story been a royal pain in the ass, especially Nicholas. And Dante is over it. You know, he wants answers from Nicholas and stuff like that because Dante is convinced that there's no way a pregnant Esme. Now he believes that yeah, it's possible Esme could have took down Diane and Britt. That part he feels is possible, but two grown, strong men like Rory and Brando, he don't believe that. Not in her condition. Her being pregnant, there's no way she could have overpowered them. You know what I'm saying? They would have knocked her little behind down somewhere. Ain't no way in her condition she would have got the upper hand on those two. A cop and a dude that was in the military, in the service, there's no way. And I totally agree with Dante in that. He felt like she had an accomplice. Like she had help. If she is a part of it, she had some help doing it. There's no way she did all that by herself. Nicholas was denying any involvement in that. Nicholas said, I ain't had shit to do with that. He was like, I ain't, you know, he lying, sitting there talking about, oh, I ain't seen her since Trina's trial. I'm like, Nicholas, why are you lying to this man? I mean, I ain't even gonna say why he lying because I know why he lying. Because he, you know, if he told Dante the truth, like, oh, I had her kidnapped in my tower the whole time, then you and Liz are just pretty much going to prison. Dante is over it though. He don't trust Nicholas and he don't believe him. So he's pretty much over it. And he told Nicholas, don't leave town because Nicholas getting all hot and bothered and upset. Dante is just over it. Esme, I'm starting to believe with Kevin too that Esme really don't know who she is. Like she really has memory loss because, I mean, unless she's just that damn good of a performer, and Esme know how to snow a lot of them, but she putting on a hell of a performance then if she faking it. But she got me convinced that she really does, you know, have memory loss, and Kevin is convinced at this point because he went in there and she recognized him, but she couldn't remember from where. So he had to bring her up to speed and let her know, like, you know, she was at Spring Ridge tending to his brother, his twin brother. You know, he was trying to ask her questions and stuff like that, and she really don't know. So of course Martin came in there because now Martin got assigned to be her attorney. So Kevin went to go see Dante, and Dante was breaking it down to Kevin like, yeah, I don't think, you know, Esme is the hook killer. He was like, we got to find the real killer because in her condition, he was like, I don't believe she did this. Because Kevin was trying to tell Dante, like, he believes that she really had memory loss. Hopefully Dante can get to the bottom of it because he's definitely on the right path. Unless we got a Scream situation where we got two killers. I mean, you know, Heather Weber did some of them, but maybe Esme did the beginning stuff. I don't know. Maybe she did hook Ava the first time. Who knows? And Heather did the other stuff. Because Heather was in Darkham at the time. I'm like, how the hell did she get out of Darkham? Because the first hook killing, well, the first hook attack happened in July. So she was in Darkham at that point. So how the hell could she have snuck out of there? And that's maximum security. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way she could have sweet talked the guard in there. I wouldn't think so. So hopefully, like I said, Dante could get some info on this. He can clear this mess up. So Martin come in here. He pretty much tell Esme, listen, don't talk to nobody. Doctors, nurses, cops, nobody. He said, don't say nothing to nobody. Because he wanted Liz to leave the room. And Esme was like, no, I want Liz to stay because she been good to me. She been nice to me. I said, And you seen the look on Elizabeth's face? That shit had me dying. Liz knows good and well, like she feels deep down, she knows that Esme didn't do this. But Esme was trying to plead with Elizabeth, like, "Oh, you believe me," but Elizabeth, of course, didn't want to say nothing. I'm like, Liz is up to her eyeballs in this mess. I'm like, Liz, the last thing you need is for that girl to remember anything. Her having memory loss is beneficial to you and Nicholas at this point. Um, Martin pretty much was kicking himself because he was mad that he even had to take this case because the judge pretty much gave him Esme as a pro bono client, and he was pissed about it because he didn't want to represent her, especially not for free. I don't blame him on that. I'm like, listen, we don't represent folks for no money. I'm just saying. But of course, Nicholas is the reason why Martin got the case. He pulled some strings, pulled out that little Cassadine magic dust and got the ball rolling. And he even offered Martin double his fee. And Martin, you say double the fee. Martin was like, hell yeah, I'm in. I'll represent her. I know that's right. Martin said, I got to get this coin. Because Nicholas want to protect Esme from prison, basically, well, more so protect the baby. He need to keep her safe for the baby's sake. So he need her to stay her behind out of prison. But I'm pretty sure once she give birth to that baby, it's Sarnar to sing for her. Like, whatever Nicholas is going to do to her, I suppose. So anyway, moving on from that. I feel so bad for Laura. I do. Because she has to yet again share another grandchild with two psychopaths. Mind you, she shares Charlotte with Victor and Helena. Now, fortunately for Laura, Helena's dead, but she still got to deal with Victor. And now with this new baby, this new grandchild, she got to share this grandchild with Heather Weber and Ryan Chamberlain. If I was her, I would just be like, you know what? I don't want nothing to do with some of these kids. I can love you from afar, but you got two other sets of grandparents that are psychopaths. Y'all don't stand a chance. You got an idiot for a father. I wish you luck. I wish you well, but I'm not going to be a part of your life because I don't want to deal with them. So I wish you well. That's what I would say if I was her, because I'm like, that's a bit much to deal with all this because her son is an idiot. And Ryan pretty much want Heather Weber to confess to the killing so they can get Esme off and stuff like that. Heather wasn't too keen on that idea. So he grabbed her arms and stuff, and her reaction was funny because remember she got shot in that arm. And when he grabbed her arm and the way she reacted to it reminded me so much of The Lion King. When Scar grabbed Mufasa before he pushed him off. I was expecting Ryan to say, "Long live Ryan." I was expecting him to say some idiotic shit like that when he did that. But Ryan wasn't playing with Heather. He was like, listen, we got a lot riding on this. He was like, we got a brand new grandchild coming. She was like, what? So this nutball sitting here talking about she gonna be in the delivery room and stuff. Ryan said, how the hell you gonna pull that off? I'm like, exactly, you nutball. She got this delusion that they're gonna be one big happy family. I'm like, ugh. God bless that child. I'm just saying, having Heather and Ryan as grandparents, that's double psycho. Um, but yeah, she was sitting there breaking it down to Ryan about how she sweet talked the guard or whatever to look the other way whenever she wanted to leave the facility and stuff. So that's how she been getting out. And he was, she came up with a plan. She was like, listen, the next time I hook somebody, that's going to guarantee, Esme's release. Like, because she looking at first degree murder at this point, because Esme couldn't believe that what people were saying about her. Like, she was like, oh, what are people trying to say? So Martin had to let her know too that you're being charged with first degree murder. So Heather thinks that this bright idea is going to get Esme off the hook, no pun intended. So now she got to come up with a brand new killing weapon, or she got to get her another hook, because remember, she dropped the last one. I'm like, Heather, the cops already don't believe Esme did this, because there's just no way in her condition she could have did it. Now, if they found out that she was trapped in Nicholas's tower, then that would just solidify that she didn't do this. But I get where Ryan coming from, because he was like, you need to confess, because you're already, going to be locked up for the rest of your life anyway. So it's like, get her off the hook. And Ryan wanted to know when she was going to hook again or whatever like that. She was like, basically, she got to wait for the guard to get back on duty. I'm like, well, damn, who you going to stab next? Nutball. Those two are just nuts. I'm telling you. I'm actually loving their interactions together. I really do. I like the two of them together. They got that psychotic chemistry. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, Portia and Curtis sitting here talking about their little pending nuptials and whatnot, and his and hers towels, or Mr. and Mrs. Towels, whatever the hell they talking about. I didn't really care about their scenes, to be quite honest with you. I felt like their scenes was not that important today. Now unless she gonna drop that baby truth on him that they got a child together, because I'm pretty sure Curtis is the daddy at this point. I'm sure on that one. So anyway, moving on from that, Felicia had to tell Cody the news that Britt died and stuff like that. Um, and he's upset. With his little crocodile tears, talking about, oh, he used her, and now she's never gonna know that he really just wanted her. I really didn't care for his little tears and his little sob. His little emotional issue or whatever. I didn't care, to be quite honest. I really did not. I'm like, Cody, don't nobody give a crap. Like, you could miss me with the boo hoo and Britt will never know. You used that girl. You just cared about this, and now look at you. You know what I'm saying? Now you see life is short, dum dum. That's why I feel like he need to go ahead and tell Mac that he's his son. Like, why you keep wasting time? Like, you see what happened, right? You didn't get the opportunity to tell Britt how you really, really felt, even though he kind of did the last time, but Britt still didn't care. But still, you got a chance to tell Mac what's really going on. You utilize that instead of worrying about money all the time. Like, I'm just saying, you got another opportunity here to make something right. You couldn't make it right with Britt, but you still got time to make it right with Mac. Don't squander it. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.